This is so irritating, folks. Okay, hold on. I gotta restart Periscope. Hold on. Hold on. Did Periscope come back? Did Periscope come back? I know YouTube had to be restarted. Oh, gosh. Oh. Anyway. It's a bad day for yeah, could you yeah, so it has nothing to do with being on YouTube or not. It's nothing to do with that. So can you guys maybe they don't like, yeah, maybe I'm being blocked here. Can you come back to YouTube and we'll see what happens here? Okay, so Twistman is back on YouTube. Both streams are back. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's just such an interruption. My gosh, this is, such an interruption. Please make sure that you follow me, so that if you follow me on YouTube as well, subscribe to my YouTube account, because if we get an interruption, then you can find me again here. I think my internet is hello iSocialFit. My internet is a little bit unstable apparently. So anyway, technology makes people dumb. I'm not dumb, but Cockstain, follow me on YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube account, Rob Braxman Tech. Are the interruptions a form of... I don't, I think it's just my Wi-Fi, but... and then what happens is Streamlabs has a difficult time recovering from it. I know Option Bitcrypt, Zuck, steal my words. Now he's going to say, well, I invented that word. It's like, Zuck, you didn't invent that. I'm getting Zuck left and right. Am I getting a denial of service from Zuckerberg? How many stuff are we at? We're at 809. Let's continue with your story. Okay. So let me start from the beginning now, because people will come in. People will come in and they don't know what the Zuck the story. Okay, hold on. I'm getting an error message here on the stream, and it's saying that drop frame. So I'm losing. It's my internet is unstable at the moment. Okay, so it's giving me error messages. Drop. He was on CNBC. Zuck him. I was not permitted to say Zuck when I was on WBZ radio. He said, don't use the word Zuck. So I said, okay, I won't say Zuck. Okay, but, time to make your own internet. I am not Al Gore, iSocialFit. I am not Al Gore. Let me start the story very briefly again to tell you what happened. Okay, so somebody was on Periscope saying he was banned from Twitter and Periscope. His name was Martinson or something. And he said he's on the right. He said he didn't know why he was banned from Twitter and Periscope, but he was able to go into Periscope and he was able to make kind of a last broadcast saying he wasn't coming back. My connection is bad. Well, obviously, iSocialFit. Go blame Spectrum. Spectrum is messing with me here. Let me just make sure that I am on the right. Yep, Wi-Fi is. I'm on the right Wi-Fi. Anyway, so the story is that I am trying to promote my YouTube. So I was trying to promote my YouTube. So I went to Gab. Gab. I didn't really use Gab before. I signed up to it when it first came out a couple of years back in 2017. And Gab was touted as being about free speech. And so I said, okay, let me check this out. I subscribed to it. I didn't really do anything to it. And I had no activity, no followers, no posts, no nothing. And so I just went there and, and made one post. And basically, I was trying to promote my YouTube, so I posted my YouTube videos on Gab. So, and then I got a lot of reactions. By the way, if anybody here is on Gab, I'm Rob Braxman on Gab. Go follow me on Gab, and that's one more platform to find me at. So if you're on Gab, go over there and follow me. Although if you're on Gab, then I will have profiled you, which is part of the topic here. You need to Alexa to boost Wi-Fi. Okay, so please watch me on YouTube rather than Periscope if you can help it. So anyway, I made that post on my YouTube videos. I posted it on there, and I made a comment that I'm about internet privacy, and by the way, I'm also into free speech. That's what my post. A bunch of people followed me from that one post, and then I kind of left that, and then I got a lot of reaction from it. Probably the usual kind of reaction. People were hungry for attention, so a lot of people followed me. I think about 25 people followed me from that comment, and then I went back and followed some more, and I think I got like 40 some followers on there. Okay, after like 2 visits. Now you were on Simon. Yes, law enforcement kelp. So anyway, I looked at Gab, and I said, okay, who are these people that I'm following? I actually didn't know who I was following. I'm going to be honest with you. I had no idea who I was following. So I just looked at the people who I was following, and Lord, they should have, a lot of them should not have followed me, because some of them definitely were racist. They were. I was looking at some of those profiles, and some of them were like, pretty much open racist. So I just checked a few. A lot of them, were just into free speech. I would say they were all right. I would say 100% were on the right. I didn't see anyone on the left. 100% on the right, and then about 10% or more, 10 to 20% of the few that I saw were on the extreme far right. I'm talking Nazi. Okay? I'm talking Nazi level right. They were like, the posts were, anti-Jew, anti-black, and there was like a lot of white supremacist type of statements and so on and so forth. It was like wondering, why did you follow me? You can see what I look like. Obviously I'm Asian, and it was very interesting to see that. It was very, very interesting to see that, because it was like, whoa, what the Zuck did I end up in here? So anyway, so if follow me on Gab if you're on Gab. So if I see you on Gab, then obviously you're going to be on the right. But not everyone was extreme. There were hello J Monkey Man. I would say it's 80% or more were just your average people on the right, and then there was just that fringe. I don't see a live stream on YouTube. What do you mean you don't see a live stream on YouTube? This is on YouTube. There's 7 people watching on YouTube. Yeah, it's live on YouTube. I can see it here. I'm on it. Hello, J Monkey Man. So anyway, obviously, you don't have to be political to make this observation that the people on the right and far right felt like they were being deplatformed on all other media, so they decided to go somewhere. So So, oh, you forgot libertarian? Yeah. Well, uh, libertarian would be on Gab too. Yes, some of the posts were definitely libertarian. Yes. So I didn't see anybody on the left though. So it was either, libertarian, right, MAGA, establishment, anti-establishment, and then the far right. Okay, here we go. At first, my browser wasn't showing the red live letters. I should wear like a YouTube shirt of some sort to make you feel good. Anyway, obviously they were driven to Gab. They were driven to Gab because they couldn't find that they were able to speak freely on Twitter. Now, Gab is a presumably a Twitter clone. The signal is really bad. I can see that the signal is bad, guys. Okay. And it is on my end. The signal is bad. Spectrum is like zucking with me here. Okay. Lots of races date other races. Really? It did just come back for me. Okay. So anyway, and again, if you're on Gab, go follow me on Gab. The interesting thing is the observation of what happens when you drive a particular group elsewhere. So what happens when you drive a large group of people to Gab or to 4chan? 4chan is turning into has been kind of a right-wing kind of portal. They're very anti-Hillary area in there. And then you got the Nazi guys on Reddit. Okay, so these are just examples of areas where people have felt they can't speak out on the open on normal social media, so they have driven themselves to some of these areas, which are now very well known to people on those sides that it belongs to one category. So as an example, the people on the poll group on Reddit typically are young. They're young. And not only are they young, they're obviously very, white supremacist types. Okay? I know this for a fact. Because the moderator, one of the moderators for the poll group on Reddit went to Brax, me, and had a little bit of a debate with us. And the first thing he talked about, and he was like 22 at the time, his debate with us was, how, racial mixing was not good, that we shouldn't, racially mix. And because it was, he came up with an excuse. He said it was about, if you mix racially, then you reduce the cultural